Being from Houston, you grew up in an area where country music was a big force, a big entity. Would that be fair?
Yeah.
So recently, Lil Nas X had the number one country song with Old Town Road.
Salute Nas. Salute Lil Nas.
Yep. And me and Lord Jamar, who's a regular on the show, we had this kind of interesting debate.
Salute Lord Jamar.
Yep.
Salute.
And because remember, initially, Old Town Road was taken off the country charts. And I said, well, you know something? I kind of agree with that. Because to me, it sounds like somewhat of a parody of a song. Here's a guy who didn't really have, wasn't really doing country music, was kind of doing, standard hip hop, and he creates a song with a bunch of stereotypical things about country artists, and it becomes a big hit. And my point was, well, if you had like a white country artist who did a rap song, and did a bunch of stereotypical, references in that song, smoking blunts and whatever else, the way country people look at rappers, that I don't think hip hop would embrace them. And Lord Jamar said, really? You just described Post Malone.
You've described Post Malone right there. You just described Post Malone. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? Post Malone.
Let's take a look at Post Malone.
Post Malone used to do folk music, bro. Post Malone admittedly sits around with a guitar and comes up with his melodies on the fucking floor with him and his brother, and fucking that's where they come up with the shit. He was a folk singer who did everything that you're talking about right now. And I seen him up and down. Motherfuckers accepted him. Nobody stopped him from being on the fucking hip-hop charts. Nobody said nothing. He's making songs with 21 Savage, all of these motherfuckers. He does the same shit you talk, hip-hop references, drugs, all of that. The Beastie Boys did punk rock. Came in with all these fucking smoking crack, did all of that shit that you talking about. It's already been done by white people, and we let it happen. So you better get your fucking ass back on the hip-hop side and cut that bullshit out.
Okay, you know something? Bringing up those examples, I'm going to actually modify my stance. And I couldn't say a damn thing. I said, you are absolutely right. You just described Post Malone.
Well, the thing about it is that I can bet you $1 to a donut that if a country western artist, why am I saying country western? But if a country artist did a song, a hip hop song, anybody that if you got a dude with a country voice got on a song and wrote on a hip hop beat, and it was played on a hip hop station, they put it in the rap category, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it. And it'll win a reward. It probably win best rap of the year. But a lot of that got to do with the fact that hip hop is the whole of the industry. Anybody can fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop, we don't protect our art. We don't protect it. So we let anybody come in and do anything. And country, although we started that shit, they took it over. And now that they're the gatekeepers, they decide who gets in and who gets out. They decide who they're gonna allow in and who they're gonna kick out of there. Even if you come in, they can kick you out. So it's a very controlled art form. And that's why they have the type of power that they have, because they got gatekeepers with automatics at the fucking gate, and we ain't got no gatekeepers. The fucking gate wide open, bro. The gate The gate wide open. They got fucking holes all up in the gates and shit. Holes dug under the gate. Somebody done cut the motherfucking gate all the way open. People just walking through the gate. Part of the gate knocked all the way down. Anybody can come into hip hop and get it, bro. So that's the big difference.
Yeah, and Geto Boys were one of the first Southern rappers. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, we won it first. Groups, yeah.
So you guys used. I mean, would you say that you guys, being geographically from the South, that you guys incorporated Southern music, which is kind of blends into country music into your style in a certain level?
Well, all of this shit is Southern. Everything in the U.S. is Southern. Anyway, all that music come up from the bottom. It all rise. You know how they say cream rise to the top? All that stuff Southern influence. Every great artist you can think of, that music is Southern. It got a Southern influence. Think of one that don't.
I feel you.
Yeah, so all of it come from down here anyway. Everybody, mamas and grandmamas and daddies and granddaddies and stuff, they all come from down here anyway. So it was natural for us to embrace that sound when we started out. It was a very natural thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, but look, Post Malone is one of the biggest, people call him a hip hop artist. He does songs with rappers. What he does could be considered hip hop to a certain degree. And he's winning, like on a massive level.
Yeah, he big time winning. I hit him up a couple of months ago. Well, my son hit me up and said, "Dad, I want to go to see Post Malone in London." My son live in London. Mm-hmm. So it's like, all right. So Post and his manager graciously hooked him up, gave him the experience.
Yeah. And if you remember the way Post Malone came out, he had cornrows and gold teeth.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't rock those anymore. But that's how he came out. That's how the world was introduced to Post Malone and White Iverson and everything else like that. Was a very hip hop presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And hip hop let him right in, and now he's really one of the biggest hip hop artists on the planet.
Yeah.
You really can't deny it. His songs are constantly on the charts, and huge records, soundtracks, huge collaborations, everything, man.
Yeah, he in the dough, man. He in the dough, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it.
Well, Willie D, man, always a pleasure. Geto Boys forever. Rest in peace, Bushwick Bill. And, I love the fact that the Geto Boys are continuing to tour and going to continue to stay as a group with you and Scarface.
Man, this is Geto Boys for life. We can't be stopped. No more talk.
That's what it is. Peace.